Yeah, so, yo, hold on. Was that the mic? I hope not. Yo, let me tell you the story about my son, right? Which I kind of get, but not for like a bad reason. But taking him back to his mom and his grandmother, right? He's going to start crying. I don't want to go back. First of all, we had to stop at the McDonald's and do stuff. And then I was like, instead of my ride taking me straight to the house, I was like, let me just go for a walk with him and then take him back. On the walk though, he started saying, he know what it is. He just like, I don't want to go back. No, this and that. I'm like, yo, first of all, you cannot be, if you mad at somebody else, okay, but don't be walking down the street with me mad at somebody else. Like, you're not about to be crying because people just gonna think that it's me that you're mad at. So like you can't do that. Like that's why like when I be with people and they be wanting to argue, like be telling me arguments and we walking in the street, I be like, yo, chill with that because people just gonna think like I used to be with a girl, she be doing that all the time. And I told them blah 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 and this and that and then they go from I told him to what she actually said would be and then you and we walking down the street and people hearing you and I'm just like they like, dang, he getting based out. Well, his homies cussing him out. Like, what are you doing? You feel me? So that's why I'm gonna be having like we gonna do that. We can do that inside, but not with no hands, no touching. You don't gotta do no demonstrations. You feel me? Because people from afar still gonna think like he over there getting chunked. Person like, and then I did this to him. You know what I'm saying? My bad. They don't hear all that part. They just across the street looking at somebody getting yoked up and then yelling and stuff. And I be realizing like, oh, that's how people be doing their thing. So then when they come back to that block, right? People's not gonna mess with them because they're gonna be like, this person just be yoking people up and everything. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But for my son doing the crying thing, so what I did was we sat down and we talked. And I just explained everybody in his family and why he needs to love them. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got the grandmother. You know, she had her children, and I'm like, yo, your uncle is a genius. Like, one of the reasons why I need to make sure that he know how to read is so that way he can read those poems that's held up in his house. You feel me? Like, it was a time, oh my goodness, it was a time, right, where I used to frown upon people that had pictures hanging up in their walls. Like, I'm like, you can have whatever, turn to a projection screen. I was on the tangent. But the real reason why I didn't like pictures on the wall is because I didn't like putting pictures on the wall. Because I put them on, they start being crooked. Then I'm hitting holes, and then I gotta come back, patch holes up. Like, I had a roommate where that's what I was doing. All the time, like trying to put up all these different pictures, making things look nice. And I do remember, and she had a picture of a person in her family that I didn't like. So I'm like, I'm not trying to see this person every day. But it stayed up, and it was good because when her peoples came down, they looked at the pictures and they started asking about the people, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's a museum. Like if you got a whole museum on your wall of all of these people. And all you gotta do is that keeps your memory right. You feel me? It maybe could keep you in like a certain time zone and things like that. It could keep you in the loop. But at the same time, it could keep you in the loop and keep everybody else in your loop. Because then you can tell them your favorite person on the wall, your favorite picture on the wall, what was happening. And then y'all can just conversate about that. Like, that's mainly the thing that I was talking about when I was there. I'm saying in the back of my mind, like, you got pictures of all these people on the wall. All this dust, you got to wipe it off, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm still walking around. And so who's this person? Oh, this person look like you. Because that's, wow. You know? How you do when you looking at walls. So I do apologize for all of the wall people. For my little moment of weakness that I just had to do a rant on just because I was lazy. And then I ended up getting salty. Somebody explained it to me. And when they did it, they didn't do it like, you're dumb for saying that. They just did it like, what you mean? That's like, people come in, they look at it, they point at a picture. And I tell them what it is. And I just threw it museum. As soon as they said that, I was like, oh. silly me. Like my son be like, silly you, daddy. Like, yeah, silly me for that. But I had to just tell him like, yo, one uncle, you need to go and see what's going on. The other one, your mother, you already know she a genius. Like that's why you smart. You know what I'm saying? Then you got his other uncle. Listen, how you raise somebody means that they take care of their responsibilities to the best of their ability. And if that's what that young man be doing, I'm looking up to that to get things in order. You know what I'm saying? But that's amazing. So you got the head of that to create that. Like you should be standing in line to go back to your grandma's house. Like why are you not trying to go back there? Like that's where you're going to get all of the licorice. You feel me? All of the wisdom. That's what licorice is like, wisdom, because of the longer time. But yes. So he stopped crying for a walk until once we hit the block. Then he did it again, and then I was just like, you know what? I got to go because the longer I stay, I don't know. I done already had like a little like if I would have got out the car, and then he just started doing that cry, then I probably would have like sat down on that step or inside and then actually talked to him like, yo, blah, blah, blah. But he also had to go and get wiped down because it was a spill. So he couldn't be trying to be doing too much. Like I was like, yo, just wipe him down, please, thank y'all. They was like, what? I'm like, because I wasn't gonna wipe him down in McDonald's because it was like when he lived right around the corner and he just had stuff on his clothes. So, but anyway, stay blessed like the rest because smart people do smart things. So if you're not doing smart things, we don't know what's smart about you. You feel me? So, in the meanwhile, stay blessed. I said it already.